Good morning, everyone. Gonna go fix a problem that I found out I had on Friday over at the hangar. So why don't you follow along and let's see what we can do here. Oh, there you are. Yeah, so what we got to do today is fix the GT3. You know, what happened is, of course, in my infinite wisdom, I left it alone without turning it over, and now the battery's dead. Well, if you know anything about Porsches, you know, the first thing you have to do is put power to the hood so the hood can pop up. So let's go do that. Well, let's take a look at this. So there's a couple things we ought to do before this. One, I don't really want to open up the hangar doors because it's cold as heck outside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to find a battery. The only battery I have is on my RV. So we'll pull one of those and we'll jump start the, I don't know, the hood power assembly and see if we can get the thing to pop so we can charge up this battery. So on the camper here, I installed two batteries. So what I'm gonna do is just pull one off real quick and then use some jumper cables that I had from my car at home, and because the Tesla doesn't need jumper cables, but we'll see if we can get this thing going. First, let's see what the right type of tools are to pull this thing apart. Here's the batteries on the camper. We'll pull this off real quick. We'll get this started. Okay, pulled the top off the battery assembly. Now, just gonna find a socket to pull these off, and then I'll pull the battery and take it over by the Porsche. Look at that. Just what I thought. 1/2-inch socket. Okay, brought the battery over. Now just gotta find the jumper cables. Okay, a couple things we're gonna look for here. You know, from years ago when I had to do this on a bunch of turbos that I had, you know, whenever the battery went dead, I would always have to do the same option, and Porsche hasn't really changed it. So here you wanna go in, you wanna look for this little fuse box, and you want to pull that off, which seems to be taking a little bit more. And you're going to see this red piece right here. You're going to pull that out, and then you're going to hook your red jumper cable to this, and you're going to hook your negative up to something that grounds out the car, like here or here. And then you're going to pop the hood right here, and then that'll give us access to the battery compartment. So let's do that. Okay, now that your assembly looks something like this, you're grounded out to the car, you're hooked up to your battery. Now you should be able to pull this button right here, which isn't working. Okay, now I got the jumper cables hooked up. Yo, on the old Porsches, I was wrong. Usually you used this and it would pop the front, hood, or as they call it on my Tesla, the frunk. But, I've got it hooked up, black to ground on the car. Then I got red going to that little button that pulls out of the fuse box. And from there, you use the key and you hold this guy long enough for the hood to pop, and bingo, you're back in your hood. The battery should be right under here. We're gonna pull this thing out and see what we find. Here's the trunk area, which actually on the GT3 is pretty big. You can put small children in there. Just kidding. Don't put your children in the front of a Porsche. Look at that. And there she is. Battery, there's a negative terminal. That's the negative terminal over here. And then you put the positive on the positive, I think, from the book. So we're gonna get this thing going and see if we can get this thing to turn over. It says you gotta charge it for about 10 minutes. What this does is it has a automatic shutdown. When the battery gets too low, it shuts down all the electricity in the car as not to ruin the lithium battery. So that's kind of nice. That was not the way it was on old Porsches, but the GT3 seems to be the way it is. Now really, I just hooked that battery up. I took off the RV, hooked my negative here, hooked my positive here. I heard the power come back on. We're gonna start this bad boy up. All right, let's get in. Let's close that fuse box. Push that little thing back in. There we go. Got that closed. And yeah, the hanger's closed. Back in business. So that's how you open the hood of your newer Porsches. You don't use this. You do use this. You hold this for 2 seconds and then you're good to go. Thanks for watching the video today. Can't believe I did that, but you know what? We all make mistakes. I love you guys. Take care. Can you do me a favor and like and subscribe and comment? If you got any questions, feel free to comment below. Thanks, this is James Abraham. Have a great day.